that's a little. There we go. There we go. What's up, worldwide family? How y'all doing today? Welcome back to the channel, Jimmy Flipping Deals and JamesTownTrading.com. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, super huge. I know you can't tell it, but the passenger seat is showing some room. I didn't get a whole lot listed yesterday, but it was a solid tote. Not a lot of orders that went out yesterday. I got so close on one, oh my goodness. But I did get quite a few. I mean, I'm happy with the day, considering we're coming to the end of the Christmas shopping season. It'll be now time for gift card season as time rolls on, but generally there is a little bit of a gap. Maybe it'll roll straight through this year, who knows, but I'm just judging off of last year. But I had one guy have a whole bunch. I bought originally about 36 of the Lego Ninjago 840 piece sets. So if I'm competing with you, it is what it is, guys. But at any rate, the guy reached out to me yesterday and wanted to buy the remaining 23 that I had. And we did do the deal. But here's the deal: when I asked him, he wanted a specialized shipping quote, right? And his satisfaction rating on eBay was not great. It's like 97 or 98, which really, I don't know how you get that low. And I'm sure there's reasons, guys, for anybody that's that low, but it struck me as suspect, right? Anyway, I was going to do the deal. Because he is a buyer, right? And he asked for a specialized shipping quote, and I asked him what his zip code was. He gave it to me, which was all fine and dandy. I figured out what it would take to ship these 23 boxes of Legos. Ended up being like $85 plus the insurance. So we called it $95. We agreed on a price that I could definitely live with. And then after we did the deal and he purchased, he said, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not shipping it there. I'm shipping it to Delaware where I don't have to pay sales tax. I said, well, okay, what's the zip code there? And it ended up being $30 more. And several of his feedback on his account where I never received the item, and he kept saying, well, UPS lost it, UPS stole it. You know, I've been in business for a little over a year, and I've had them lose one package, not multiples, within a 1 year period. And for having so few reviews, it just led me to believe that this guy was not on the level. So even though he said that he would pay the extra $30 if I created a new listing, I decided not to sell him the Legos, and it was almost $1,000 deal, guys. So I was sad to see it go. It would have been about the full profit that I'm asking now, minus the shipping charges, and it would have been much nicer to stick 23 boxes into 4 boxes than it is to stick 24 boxes into 23 boxes into 23 boxes. So at any rate, I would have really liked to see it go, but I could just imagine if he's not 100% legitimate with his customers, then as a buyer, he's not going to be 100% legitimate either. Not all sales are good sales. Not all money's good money. So I turned it down, and I told him best of luck to him. He said, well, I'm sorry we couldn't come to a deal. I think I'm glad we didn't. So told him have a good night, and moving on. Like I said, got a few packages, probably like 10 or so ended up for the evening. I was surprised because coming into yesterday afternoon, I was like 4 or 5. Matter of fact, rather than cataloging, which I need to do, and like I say, I did do about a full tote's worth of backpacks, which doesn't take long. But it is decent money, right? I did some much needed cleaning around the house. I've been getting behind with Christmas, and today was trash day, so I got all of the trash that would fit. There's more. My business is creating a mess, but the trash will work itself out. I'm just glad that I got the vast majority of it gone. There's a little bit left over that'll go in the trash can tonight, and we should be straight. Now that I do anticipate a small decrease, hopefully just a small decrease in business. That shouldn't be an issue moving forward. It is nice to see the house a little cleaner. I know I've been, what my boss calls it, wheels off, flying here lately. And I've been neglecting some stuff, so it's nice to kind of get that stuff caught up. And then later in the evening, right before I close, which is 1 a.m., I got several orders, so I was able to get those together. Anyway, total of 10 orders. Nice outgoing for the day. I mean, I really, if I could do what I did yesterday every day of the year, that would be so nice, really. That would be a nice base to start from. Kind of worried about it going through the day. I was like, well, it's X amount of dollars. That's still decent. That would pay mortgage at the other place, and bills, and that would cover, these futuristic expenses as far as the houses. Do have some news on that a little bit, which is good. I'm going to give it to you once I get to drop off my packages. I am running. I have had when I started this video, had about 14 minutes to do a 15-minute drive, so we are running tight as what has become the new normal. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out the packages. Let me see. Man, I sure would have liked to have that Lego deal go through, but I can just imagine you saying, well, either I didn't get my packages or they were damaged and I want my money back, and now I got to pay shipping to get them back. It was just too many eggs in one basket, so I decided not to. Let me do this deal real quick. I'll be right back with you guys. All right, guys. Knock that out of the park. All right, so new news. Larry the cable guy. No, I'm on the curb. Larry the house guy. That's funny in my head. It didn't sound so funny when I just said it, but that's okay. There's a curb there. Don't mind me, I'm just passing through. Where are you going? All right. And the pizza guy, just let me get out of here, guys. That's all I want to do. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all letting me by. All right. So, Larry the house guy. No, it's not any funnier the second time. Should I try the third? Probably not. All right, moving on. Did I say so? Oh, yeah. The house guy. This is my first second property, second and third property. I've never done the investment property or the second house or any of that. So, a lot of this is new to me. Not saying I don't want to do it, because I do. But here's the deal, there's things that I'm running into that I may or may not need, or may not be wise, probably are wise. But one thing that he brought up, I'm just going to get to it. One thing that he brought up that I hadn't thought about, I've been thinking about, mortgage and down payment and interest rates and, possible cash flow and that. He brought up a very good point. He said it might even sway me to not do the deal, which is one of the reasons he's getting out of it, is because of the ever increasing rates on renter's insurance. Now, in the past, when I rented a place, I had to have renter's insurance. However, he says, well, they as renters have to have insurance, but you as the landlord also have to have insurance. And for y'all that have gone through this, y'all may go, well, yeah, duh, but I didn't know that. So I will have to see whether or not that's a thing. And in all honesty, and I'm sure it is for renters, but in all honesty, I don't, part of me wants to say, well, I'll just keep the houses for Jamestown because that was the original plan. And then if I rent them out, that's on me. And, for a super budget-friendly house, what's the worst that can happen? These are cheap houses. They're livable. They're decent shape. They're decent looking, but they're not extravagant. How much damage could they really do? I mean, if they burn the place down, sure, but I know I have home insurance. I just need to find out what covers what and how that works, and I need to talk to my finance guy. So it is definitely a variable that I was not expecting or factoring in for sure, and definitely one that needs to be considered. Interest rates are ridiculous right now. He said, well, too bad you don't have enough money just to buy it outright cash. And sure, I would love that kind of money. However, I told him even if I did, that's the farthest thing from what I would do with my money. I would never, even considering the 7.5, call it 9 off of interest rate. Even considering that, I would still not pay it off in full. I wouldn't. I would, if I had, X amount of dollars to buy a house outright, I would take that X amount of dollars and invest it and put as little bit into the house as possible. And I would let the investment win out on the purchase. What is it? Compound interest is the seventh wonder of the world. Eighth wonder of the world. Yeah. So I definitely believe in that. You couldn't see that it clicked. And if anybody doesn't understand, reach out to me. I'll show you how keeping your money invested is better than paying off a big investment. Rarely do the really rich own anything outright or pay for anything outright. There is a convenience to it, and there is I don't know that there is a convenience to paying it outright. It's not a good move. Nevertheless, you could tell it wasn't hitting on him, like he couldn't figure that out. Paying it outright seemed like the thing to do to him. But yeah, even if I had that kind of money, I wouldn't be doing that. I truly would be irresponsible. Goodness, just spitting everywhere. All right, so where does that leave us? I do have 2 orders already for today that I probably could have put together this morning, but I wasn't getting up and going from 0 to 100. I just wasn't doing it. I needed my sleep. I needed my rest. I needed a lot of things. So I have made room in the front seat, which is cool. Super, super cool. Hopefully that will continue. I did find a few things at the store yesterday, maybe some iffy buys. They were Rustler jeans, and right now they're going for $13 a piece. I got them on clearance for $4 and $5. If they're only worth $13, then I've lost money. However, I believe that if you need a pair of pants, they're probably worth $25. They do. I believe that's the convenience of ordering online. It is I believe that's where the price point is. So if you figure buy them for $5, sold them for $25, that's not too bad. They do weigh over a pound, so that gets a little tricky, but there's still money to be made. Not a lot, but a little. And I started with a little, but a little wouldn't do it, so a little got more and more. Oh, yeah. That's funny. All right, so yeah, picked those up. Happy about that. I got parts of the house clean. That's decent. I think that's about it moving forward, guys. I know I have just been cramming what cataloging I can get back into my stores. Y'all can't see it on my Shopify store, my actual JamestownTrading.com, because I haven't taken the time to put pictures or descriptions or any of that in. Literally, it's title, barcode in the draft form. That way I can get it on other sites to get it sold. And as I get down to the bottom of the inventory, then I'll circle back and start putting it on the actual site. But primarily JamestownTrading.com. It's a mess right now. It's used primarily for inventory management. I had higher hopes for Q4 this year. However, that did not work out. For y'all that follow me through that, be careful on Fiverr, guys. That was not great. Not to say that I'm not going to do it again, because I may. Matter of fact, I've got some money to spend before the end of the year, so I don't call it income. I may give it another shot and see what if I can pay a little bit more and get somebody that's a little bit more trustworthy and good to take care of my website and make it look pretty again. Short of that, guys, y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow, all right?